My name is Kristi Wiley, and I'm the program director for the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation. And we do suicide prevention for children, teens, and adults here in Tarrant County and the surrounding rural counties. Our foundation was started in 2014, and our namesake is Jordan. And Jordan was one of those young women that you never would have thought was struggling with her mental health. She was the valedictorian at Richland High School in Birdville ISD. She was a National Merit Scholar, a student athlete, so played basketball and volleyball, really beloved by her peers, even volunteered at Catholic Charities here in Fort Worth. She got a scholarship to the University of Michigan, and it was when she was in her senior year. She started to struggle with her mental health, was diagnosed with severe depression, and then it was only 4 months later that Jordan ended her life. So Tom and Ellen Harris, her mom and dad, decided to start the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation with the mission in mind to eradicate suicide by funding depression research, creating awareness through education, erasing the stigma, and providing hope to those who are struggling in silence. And we really envision a world where suicide is never the choice. With that said, one of the programs that they found early on was a program out of Utah called Hope Squad. And Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention program where students are nominated to perform intentional outreach to those who may be struggling. The whole fidelity of Hope Squad is that teens are nominated by other teens. We know that 7 out of 10 kids will tell a friend that they are contemplating suicide, but what we know is that friend won't go tell an adult. So what we want to do is make sure we're bringing the conversation to light around mental health and suicide in particular, to let people know it's okay not to be okay. And what we find is once a Hope Squad is on a campus, we really see the culture changes. Once we find a Hope Squad is on a campus, we really find that the culture changes within 2 to 3 years because we are all taking care of each other. So the Hope Squad was founded in Utah by Dr. Greg Hudnall, and he was actually a high school principal. And in Utah, they have higher rates of suicide, and at his high school, they were averaging about 2 suicides a year and had been for 10 years. So he was actually called to identify the body of a young man, one of his students, a 14-year-old student of his, in the park across the street from the school. And he was called to identify the body, and he tells this story, and he talks about getting in his car, and he threw up, and he was just sobbing. And what he said, we're missing something. So he got a group of community stakeholders together, so educators, community leaders, parents, and said, what are we missing? And what they found they were missing was that peer-to-peer piece. Kids talk to other kids before they talk to adults. So how can we create community and how can we create connection on a school campus? So while Hope Squad is a suicide prevention program, it helps with connectedness, anti-bullying, and even school safety, which I know is at the forefront of everyone's mind. So when the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation goes in and helps implement a Hope Squad, one of the most important goals is that we are working on changing the school culture around mental health and suicide in particular. So the foundation of the curriculum for Hope Squad is a suicide prevention training called QPR. So it stands for Question, Persuade, Refer, and it's the 3 simple tools anyone can learn to save a life from suicide. So we are not teaching kids or anyone to be counselors or therapists, but we can help teach how to take a hot moment to a cool moment. And then most importantly for our Hope Squad members, they are getting to role play those conversations, but then how to get their friend connected to a trusted adult. That is the most important piece, as the Hope Squad member says, hey, can I help you? Let's go together. Let's go talk to Miss Smith or the counselor. But one of the most important things we do is we make sure we're doing this QPR training for everyone. So from the parent committee to the staff to the bus drivers, we want everybody to be on the same page and have the same language. Dr. Hudnall, he talks about, we've all heard the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, we believe it takes a community to save one. So when we all have the same language, when we're all using QPR, when we're all aware and watching out for one another, that's when we change the school culture. So one of the things that we do is make sure we do QPR for the staff, because what we know is not every kid has the same trusted adult. So let's say a Hope Squad member is talking to a friend and they say, hey, well, let's go talk to the counselor, Miss Smith. Well, maybe the kid says, well, I don't like Miss Smith. Miss Smith is where you go if you're in trouble. So Hope Squad member would say, okay, well, who's your favorite teacher, or who do you trust? And maybe they're in athletics and maybe they say coach. Well, so is coach the mental health professional on campus? No, but coach has been through QPR. So when that student comes to him, he's going to listen. He's going to help take a hot moment to a cool moment. But then coach is going to model, hey, let's go talk to Miss Smith. I really like her and she's helped me before. And when coach models going to see a counselor and models that behavior, that changes the school culture. So if you are interested in bringing Hope Squad to your school, if you're a parent, let the principal know. Send them an email. Say, I've heard about this program called Hope Squad and I want more information. If you're a counselor or an administrator, please reach out to me, Kristi Wiley, the program director of the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation, and we will make sure we start the next steps to do an interest session and we give you all the information that you need to start a Hope Squad.